So now I'm going to go over the accessories that come with the machine. You've got the handles. With the handles you have two different sets of rollers, the larger ones and the medium ones. You can use them accordingly to the area that you're working on. You have a couple extra spare sets in case at some point you need that. And this is basically for it already comes on the handle, but it's for the top of the handle, this part here. If that ever needed to be replaced, you have some extra spare parts. You have another separate handle, which this handle goes with these parts here. This is basically smaller heads that go right into the handle, just pops in right there. And in a minute I'll show you exactly where the entire handle goes, but this is going to be used, you've got two small ones, this will be used for the neck area to do lymphatic drainage, or you can use it on the arm area, pressure points on the feet, just very small areas. Then you have the Parker filter. So the Parker filter, I'll show you where this goes. If you grab this, you grab your machine. I'm going to show you how to set that up. I'm going to turn the machine around. And if you go just underneath, you have a little arrow with this little thing that comes up and down. You don't have to actually touch it, but if you notice, you've got little holes just underneath the machine in this area where it fits into, and the holes are going to match up with these little pieces here that are on the filter. So you're just going to match that up with the hole, and once you've matched it up, just twist and turn, and that's it. Okay, so this is your Parker filter. This is going to fill up accordingly as you're working, and you're just going to keep an eye on it. By the end of the day, if it's reached, it might be a couple days, but if it's reached to the top of the line here, it says maximum, you want to empty that out. And then you always want to make sure when you're working with the machine that this little black piece right here, which can go up or down, see, you want to make sure it's down all the way, because if on the outside it's down, then that means on the inside it's closed. So you want to keep that closed so the oil doesn't spill out of there. If you're working with the machine and you hear like a strange noise, or if you're working with a machine and you don't feel the pressure, it could be because this is open. So just something to keep in mind. So we've got the filter in. Next, I'm going to show you how to set up the cords. You're going to take the first one. This is for the PR cell, and this end here with the silver metal part, you're going to pop it right into the left side. You've got the two holes on the left side. You're just going to actually push down. It's got that little that little button. You're going to push down on that button and pop that in there. There you go, and that fits in there snug right there. And then I showed you the handle earlier. So the handle, you line it up with this button that's right there. I'm going to pop that in there, and it's going to click right on there. Okay. So when you're working with this machine, and I'm just going to come around to show you, when you're working with this machine, you can set it right into your holder, and when you need to remove this and change it, you're just going to set it right in there and pull this out like that. So then I can always just go ahead and change it. To change it, I'm just going to pop it right in there. You want to make sure it's placed in correctly all the way. If you're working, something else to keep in mind, if you're working and you feel that there is not pressure, you feel that the suction is not strong, it could be, like I said, it could be the filter, but it could also be, if this is not placed in properly, you're not going to get a strong suction, and so you're not getting an effective treatment. So make sure this is placed in there, pushed in all the way. Okay. Next, I'm going to set the cord for the ultrasound. You've got two ends, and the two ends are exactly the same, so it doesn't matter which end you're going to put in here, but here, that goes right in here. You've got a little tiny tab that sticks up. You've got a little hole right there. Match it into that little hole right there, and turn it to the left, turn it to the right, sorry, and that should go right in there. I've got my handle, my probe for the ultrasound, same thing. It's got that little button right there, pops right in, and turn, twist, and that's it. And so really neat, right on the side you've got a little magnet, so when you put this on your machine, you attach it, you're just going to lay it there, and it clicks right into the magnet so that it's secure and it doesn't fall out. Something else, if it's easier for you, it might be if you're right-handed, you can pop it into this side, and there's a magnet on that side too, so it clicks right in there. The Ultrasound comes with a separate head as well, so we're going to take this one out. I'm just going to twist it right where my little tab is. I'm going to twist it to the right and lift that out. And it comes with a smaller handle that you can use for smaller areas. Again, you can use it just below the chin. You can use just the smaller areas as needed. And I'm going to do the same thing to place it. I'm going to pop it in, turn it, and there we go. I noticed that this is the one that I'm using more frequently for the body. So I just want to show you that when you have, actually I could use it a little bit, when you have an extra handle, you just pop it in there in the back. There's a little hole that you can just pop it into to store it. And that's got a magnet at the bottom as well, so it'll stick on there securely. Okay. While I'm back here, let me just show you real quick. Your machine comes with 2 fuses. Your PR cell, sorry, comes with 2 extra fuses in case you were to ever need that, in case of a storm or anything like that. If you go to the back of your machine, just below the power button, you've got a little tiny pocket there. So you're going to just very carefully take a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, and pop that out carefully. What I recommend is place your hand underneath so they don't fall out, and you can just take that out, and if needed you can change those fuses. And then just put that right back in there, pop that back in, and you're all set. And then lastly, just to point out, you've got one more button in the PR cell, and that is basically for a foot pedal that comes as an accessory, does not come standard with the machine.